when I first turned pro, which was 1997, right? I was a teacher, assistant teacher at Mill Pond School in Springfield, Mass. So, and I'd do wake ups. So I'd do wake ups. I go do wake ups at one of the houses. Then I had, and then I'd work. So I had a full time job, and that's how I sold. Like I didn't know when I turned pro, like selling 100 tickets is crazy. Like I would have been taken care of had I known what, because I was selling. I sold 120 tickets to my pro debut. I got $400 for my, or $500 for my pro debut. Then the second fight, then I moved to Hartford, Connecticut, or started training out of Hartford, Connecticut. So, and then I was working. So I'd work all day. I get off at like 3 o'clock, go and take a quick nap, and then drive from Springfield to Hartford, Connecticut, to the San Juan Center, which was a great. So I had great sparring. I was in there with top notch pros, guys that had just fought. John Scully had just fought Henry Mass for the world title in Germany. Eric Harding, who wound up giving Roy Jones his best fight early. The Whitley twins, two tough light heavyweight kids from Holyoke. And I just had great sparring. So I got so much better in that 1 year. Just and so I'm just like, man, I'll do, even though I just said I'll make my. This is how I'll make my way. It seemed to make sense. Oh, I'll tell you, but no, I didn't. But I'll tell you about it. Yeah. All right. So I trained for 8, 9 months straight, like straight out. Just, I mean, savage wise, got myself into the best shape I think I've ever been. Um, a lot of news behind it. Springfield was involved because I wrestled the AIC recent. I was a captain of the team. So I got a lot of press coming in, right? And so and as far as I was concerned, and how I had been told was I had a pretty easy fight coming up, like just this guy that had never fought, and it wasn't true. I wound up finding out after I fought him, but my God, I found out personally. I found out about 5 seconds into the fight. I was down within it was within 8 seconds, but a real quick boom, a flash knockdown, a left hook, right? Because I came right out to the middle of the ring, and we're both just we're winging shots. Boom, hits me with a left hook. I go right down to my knee for one, not even a full second, but I'm up. I'm like, oh my God, and it wound up being a good fight. I lost a 4-round decision, but I'm like, oh my God, this guy's better than. Because at the time, I'm sparring with guys that are 10-1. You know what I mean? Every day. That was my main. Or what? I mean, 7-1, I think. Steve Anderson, a cruiserweight, right? And I was sparring with him every day, and I was starting to just beat. It wasn't even really close by fight time. I was like 2 up. And then I'm like, oh my God, now I'm going out there with a pro debut. In my head, I thought, no. It was and then, so whatever. I lose a 4-round decision. Good fight. Um, and then, I switched gyms. I went from Springfield. I said, I can't do it because, believe me, the guy that's working my corner is giving me the thumbs up saying, we got the right guy. We got the right guy. Then I wound up going to Hartford, Connecticut. the trainer there, George Cruz, who's had champions before, and he trained me. He was my trainer for my next 7 fights, whatever. But he's like, you know why you lost you know why you lost that first fight? I said, yeah, I didn't use my jab. And he's like, no, because that guy's 12-0 from Puerto Rico, or 12-1, but he was almost made the Olympics. He's like, this guy's like was like Felix Trinidad of Puerto Rico. So I went up looking into him a little, and yeah, he had all kinds of fights, and then I got set up. And and that's how it goes. That's how it goes. That's how the game works. But whatever. Whatever. I mean, I would have fought Evander Holyfield in my pro debut. I think whoever they asked in a fight, I would never, ever, ever, ever say no. Never. 51 pro box fights, 2 MMA pro fights, 51 pro boxing matches, and lots and lots of football games, and I played hard nose. So I got uh what is it? Mild cognitive disorder, I think it's called, is mine. But it's CTE. It's just you can't diagnose that until it posthumously you can diagnose it, but I don't think it's question, with me. It isn't. So I do that, and then I try to writing is what I'm doing. I got a few books ready to rock, but there's some. I gotta worry about legal ramifications and everything like that, and because I did get 3 cease and desist orders about 5 Pound Mass, which is a book that I wrote.